Oh, sorry,
If you're
Ron.
enjoying this show, don't forget to support us. Hit that like button, drop a comment, and subscribe for more. Your star ratings and reviews help others discover our podcast. So take a moment to share your thoughts. We appreciate you, and let's keep the conversation going. Ladies and gentlemen, you are listening to ADHP. That's Attention Deficit Hyperactive Politics. Will you please welcome your hosts, Doug, Todd, and Brandon?
Yay!
All right. Thanks for joining us, everybody. Thanks again for being here, Todd and Brandon. How are you guys doing?
I'm
I'm
above
doing
water.
okay.
Yeah. In an era of horrible, constantly horrible news, we've got particularly bad news. A lot of it this week. So if you're not looking for a
Yeah.
bummer, you may want
Yeah.
to go just put on some music or something because
I mean, it's not like there's any better news out there.
yeah.
It's just
But
kind
when
of
it
how it is
rains,
right
it
now.
fucking pours, man. I mean,
It's been a week. This is true.
yeah. So, should we
So
just?
yeah, of course, most recently, beloved director and former actor
And
and
actor,
producer of many
yeah.
things, and kind of like everybody's grandpa for my generation, anyways. Rob Reiner was he and his wife
Yeah.
brutally, it sounds like, murdered by their what seems to be their own son. So
Yeah. Yeah.
that's what we're coming into
Yeah.
this
I
with,
For my
and that's
generation, he
kind of
was like
we're
everyone's
all
favorite big brother, because he was the voice of reason on the on All in the Family. He was Meathead back in the '70s. That was his nickname on the show. Yeah, so Carol
and
O'Connor being Archie
growing up,
Bunker. How what?
yeah, growing up, I've never seen an episode of All in the Family,
Oh man,
um, but I'd
same.
seen clips mostly of Archie,
yeah.
and so I didn't know that the show was like making Archie out to be the bad guy. Like I always
He
thought,
was the
because
fool.
I always
Yeah,
hear it from family members and stuff where they're like they kind of lionized Archie Bunker, where they're like he was the right one,
yeah.
and I didn't know the show was actually really meant to make him the bad
They
guy.
have, I think they have all the episodes available on one of the free streaming sites. I'm pretty sure it's either Tubi or if it's not Tubi, it's on Pluto. It's on one of those two. And
Yeah, I might
yeah,
go check one out.
you have to watch an entire episode because once you realize they're poking fun at him because he's a racist old fart. That was the whole
Yeah,
point of the show, and people like will see clips of the show and they'll only see like Archie saying the most horrific shit on TV. In fact, they even said the N word on network television back in the '70s. If you watch it now, it gets bleeped, but still, it's yeah. He was not the good guy. He was not the person that everyone rooted for. The people who watched it and thought he was, they were the ones the show was making fun of. So
Yeah, that was that they were yeah, exactly. They were the bit. So,
yeah.
but
it
I've
makes the
never seen.
line we could someone like Herbert Hoover again make more sense that they were lampooning them. I'm like, who would legitimately say that?
I mean, not anyone good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's very true.
So we might talk a little bit more about that later in the geek section, but the news isn't any better, isn't any happier. Of course, we've had two mass shootings here in the last week. Um, not just in America, but it's it kind of is a juxtaposition of what happens in these two countries.
Well,
So
here's the funny thing. Yeah, we have had more. I think we've had 8 mass shootings in this last week in this
yeah,
country. It's just we
yeah,
don't hear about it anymore because it's such a normal thing for this fucking country that it doesn't get headline news. It's somebody it'll just be a fucking off headline on the bottom of the page. Oh yeah, by the way, like 6 people were shot at school the other day. Here's your weather.
yeah. What's the Onion headline that they always post is nothing can be done about this. Says nation where this regularly happens.
Yeah, exactly. It's
Right.
just it's frustrating. And within 3 days of 2 days of the shooting, Australia is already announcing like new gun laws. They're actually fucking doing something about it,
Yeah.
which is weird
Yeah,
to see.
Exactly. So if you've seen video of the shooter, we're going to assume you've known about the Bondi Beach uh, uh, shooter here. And when I first saw headlines for this, I was like, what? Because it's spelled exactly like Pam Bondi's last name. And
I
so
know,
I would
same.
see
I
these
said the same
headlines. I was
thing.
like, what does Pam Bondi have to do with this? I assumed she was like speaking after a shooting had happened in America. And I'm like, wait, this is in Australia? And I was so confused until I finally got a handle of what the fuck was going on. But a father and son duo, shot up a group of people at a beach that were all there for celebrating Hanukkah. So assumption is, I think it was targeted towards as an anti-Jewish attack.
Oh, for sure. I
Yeah, and the apparently the father was killed, and the son was taken down by an apparently Muslim guy.
No, I know they okay. So here's the I've actually seen the end of the video, the end of the shootout. They were both shot down. I the One of them was taken down by, ironically enough, another Muslim, which is kind of something I've been poking fun at the right about the whole time. Is that the guy who took the guy down was his name was Ahmed, and he's from he's actually from a Muslim country. He sells food out
He's
there.
from Syria. Yeah,
That's what I thought. I want to say Syria, yeah. And he took him down. He did manage to get the first gun away from him. He was unwilling to shoot the guy, however, or even really be too forceful to keep him down. So he took off, and the
right.
dude Ahmed thought that he was got no gun, so he was fine. Unfortunately, he did pick up a second gun from his family member, and the fight continued. I saw the video of the very end of it when the second guy got shot down. First guy got clipped pretty quickly. They were stuck on the end of a bridge in the shootout. First guy got clipped real quick. The second he popped his head up. The second guy fought for a good 2-3 minutes, but then he finally got shot too.
But last I heard, the son is in hospital. He's not dead.
I know one of them got shot quick enough where the chance of them surviving
Yeah,
was
the
minimal.
the report I read or heard was that the father died and the son was in hospital. That's what the spokesman for the police said.
Yeah, I haven't heard all that. I just know that I saw the very end of the fight, and it was the most Australian things ever. Because the second he gets shot down, you hear somebody go, "Die, you cunt!" And I'm like, "Yep, we're in Australia."
And I've seen the video of the shooter firing, and because of their laws in Australia, he did not have a fully automatic weapon. So he is literally having to cock his gun for each shot. And
Did
and
he?
that alone may have saved a number of lives versus just spraying the
Right.
mass. Because if you've seen the beach is just, it's a mass beach. It's like a Where's Waldo packed area. And
Oh, so if he had any kind of fully automatic anything, so
yeah,
I'm not sure what the rules are in Australia. So you have to have single action weapons out there, is what
I
I'm
know I
assuming.
know fully automatic weapons are not allowed. And
Well, with
and
the
you
fully
see
automatic
him
weapon,
using a single action rifle. Like it's quick.
oh yeah, that's right. I do remember hearing one of them was using a bolt action, but that could be for accuracy, could be preference, could be the weapon you had on hand. I'm not sure what the laws in Australia are. Generally, I mean, what Australia doesn't like guns, so I'm assuming it would not be weird to me if semi-auto weapons were banned there. I haven't exactly looked in Australian gun laws. I know it's very hard to even get a gun out there. It's mind-numbingly difficult to even do that. You pretty much have to prove there's a reason you need it, or that you have a spotless record and can be trusted with one. But
Yeah,
other than that, getting a gun out there is super fucking hard. Period.
yeah. According to the AI overview of Google, at least, fully automatic weapons and most semi-automatic rifles and shotguns are banned for civilian use in Australia since the 1996 Port Arthur massacre.
You know what the funny part is? How many Republicans are trying to jump on this? This is something regular that happens in Australia. They're like, oh look, Australia's all these gun laws, and they just got shot up, and it's like their first shooting in 30 years.
Yeah, I'm not saying that was the last shooting that happened, but that was when the law was passed.
I
But
want to
but you
say
certainly
that
don't hear about them as often, right? They happen far fewer between.
Is
I
there
want
is
to
there
say
any
that
information as far as why the shooting happened?
assuming it's anti-Semitism, it was to extremist Muslims is what it sounds like. Well, again, it's stopped by a moderate Muslim initially, which is just such a delicious part of the irony of this. It just shoots the right's entire argument down.
And then, as we mentioned, Australia is already making moves to tighten their gun laws in response to this. So they
Yes,
already
they
have
As
did.
they
strict
should.
gun control laws, and this is coming from a Fox News article. So this, just FYI. So Australia already has strict gun control laws, which heavily restricted civilian firearm ownership after a gunman killed 35 people in Tasmania in '96. That's what we were just referencing. Other proposed actions include limiting the number of firearms any one person can have, requiring Australian citizenship as a condition for obtaining them, limiting open-ended firearm licensing, and the type of guns that are legal. Sunday's shooting came during a Hanukkah celebration um, as a targeted attack on Jewish Australians on the first day of Hanukkah. Two gunmen, 50-year-old
Wow.
father who died at the scene, his 24-year-old son, opened fire, killing 15 people, ranging from age 10 to age 87.
Oh my God.
The son is in hospital. Um, They go on to talk about the guy Ahmed who did attempt to take down one of the. But yeah, they've already. I guess they haven't announced any specific law yet, but everyone in government is basically saying that this is what they're going to do. So, and then versus Brown University, where we had a shooting here
Ugh.
in America. Uh, Two were killed, several more injured. Looking at the BBC for their coverage here, the person, their 20, was taken into custody on Sunday morning, but then released later in the day. So originally, some news reports were saying, "Hey, here's a person of interest," but that turns out not to be the person. They were released without charges, and the evidence took the investigation in a different direction. But a shooter dressed in black killed at least two people and wounded nine. This is during final exams. The university president confirmed that two people killed were students. The two slain have been okay.
How
They were
fucked up to die at school? You just want to go get a fucking education.
Right?
Yeah, and they haven't said it. It was apparently a small Glock handgun with a laser sight and a revolver were found in a hotel room where the person of interest was apprehended, but that's not the person that that's the person
Apparently,
they
that
let
student
go.
didn't have one of those cool backpacks that's Kevlar.
Right.
Oh god, Trump said even more about Reiner.
He said more?
He said fucking more. I'm looking at it right now. A couple hours like live. Said he had Trump derangement syndrome. I was not a fan. I thought he was very bad for our country.
Oh, I've
This
seen it.
guy. Oh my god. Oh, I already saw a little like meltdown on his truth post. Jesus Christ. What this guy's fucking problem with him?
I hope people are finally, like, even people that were have been on his side are just finally sick of him being part of it.
I the funny thing is I do belong to certain subreddits that I don't speak on because I'll get banned, including the conservative subreddit. I follow them, don't talk to it, can't talk on them because on me to get banned. But they are um overwhelmingly opposed to it. A lot of them are disgusted. A shocking number of them are. Like they're straight up like this isn't how you handle this. This is not presidential, which took them long enough to realize.
And the reason, and then kind of what we're getting at here is what do we think is going to happen? Like, is America already announcing their lockdown? Like you said, we have 8 school shootings in the last week. Are we announcing
A
that we're
month.
gonna?
I think it was month, but still.
Yeah, are we announcing that we're gonna come out with some new laws here? Or are we just trying to completely make sure that we don't talk about gun control because it's too emotional right now?
Well, if you notice, conservatives don't like it when you talk too much about concepts they don't like. For example, they really hate it if you talk about concepts besides absolute, balls deep capitalism. It makes them real nervous if you start discussing something like socialism and anything like that because they realize so many of their ideas are so bad that if you really do take any time at all to break them down and to think of alternatives, you could find something better than what they're talking about. Like, if you really break down capitalism, it's a stupid fucking idea. Like, let's give all the power to just a few people and all the money. That makes no
Right.
sense.
Yeah.
The only way to make that seem like the best idea is you stop people from actively talking and pursuing other concepts. That
Yeah.
actually came from that one book I was talking to you guys about that one time, that socialism book. That's one of the points the guy made.
Yeah, socialism really, like, capitalism should become socialism. Like, it should grow and evolve into a socialist type of thing. And that's the only way it could even hope to sustain itself. Otherwise, it's going to be like, I don't know what kind of world the
Well,
billionaire
that would,
class thinks they're going to end up in, just where it's just them and a bunch of robots.
well, they don't
Who
care.
maintains the
That's the
robots?
problem. It's absolute complete like apathy towards that. They really don't care. The only thing that makes them feel good is knowing that they're doing better than other people. And the larger that margin grows, the better they feel about themselves. Like, to them, they're being poor people prove the system works
Oh,
for them.
hey guys, we got a comment over on Twitch says, "What more gun laws can we add?"
What more gun laws can we add? Well, we can start with common sense gun laws, like getting rid of all the loopholes for allowing for gun ownership, such as gun shows, all that stuff.
The gun show
We,
loophole was
yeah,
probably,
the gun show loophole. We can
the
start
biggest one.
banning any kind of weapons that are made to only wipe out a massive amount of people at a time. For example, I'm a gun nut myself. I love guns myself. By the same token, I do not see the purpose of a private individual in this country owning a fucking bump stock. It's a toy. It's fun. No, it is literally a tool made to lay down as much lead down a fucking target range as fast as you can. There is no reason a civilian needs access to a fully automatic weapon, because that is a weapon designed specifically to kill people.
Yeah, we can. I mean, we can make law. We can bar guns from campuses. Like, that doesn't prevent somebody from illegally bringing one on.
Right.
But we can bar guns from campuses. We can prohibit guns in other sensitive areas. We can repeal shoot first laws. We can require permits for concealed carry. We can strengthen the standards for concealed carry.
We need
Um,
to redefine the concept of the castle doctrine.
Also, the gun violence laws that I proposed when, like, in the wake of the Charlie Kirk thing, was like, again, tilting to universal basic income. Like, if we have a guaranteed mental health care that they need, they don't have to worry about having the right insurance or what's the process for doing it. They can just go someplace if they're having an issue, and they have, at least an adequate income to keep a roof over their head. You're not gonna need as many gun laws if you have that. So
I,
that's kind of my bigger deal, is like, let's make sure people are properly uh, taken care of, and the need for stronger gun laws might go away.
No, and I agree 100%. But I mean, you think that people that oppose the gun laws here are going to allow for you to give people, money? As much as I agree with you, the people we're talking about would rather see people get shot down in the
but
street
that's
than
but that's
give
the trade-off,
poor
though, right?
people.
That's the choice you have to make, is, do you want to live in a police state where
Oh,
we
well,
lock down the guns, and we lock down people, and we lock down everything, and there's cameras everywhere? Do you want to live in a security state, or do you want to live in a welfare state? Like, you have to choose one or the
ooh,
other.
utilitarianism versus deontism, an old argument.
but but
Can't answer
it's
that
it's
for you
true,
right
though.
now, buddy.
For in practical reasons, you have to choose one or the other.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that question was from user Batty5656. I don't know if you know either one of you guys know him, or them.
That's Jake.
Nope. Huh?
Jake?
You
He's
know
from
him?
my football league, I think.
Okay.
Oh, look at that. Look who has friends. Just brag about him more, why don't you?
But
Anyhow.
even Elon talks about, there has to be a universal basic income at some point. If everything's going to be automated and AI is going to do all this stuff, the excess value has to be spread out so that everybody can remain an active participant in the economy in order to sustain the economy.
Yeah, but I do wonder what somebody like Elon means when he says something like that. like for him, active participant might be like you ever seen Warhammer 40K? He might want servitors. That's all I'm saying.
I'm
Yeah.
not a 40K guy, but
God
yeah,
damn.
I understand the dystopia that the billionaire class is trying to bring about through Palantir and other methods, but that's why
And
we
Jesus
for
Christ,
now we still get to vote.
can we just say how cartoonishly evil it is that fucking what's his face Theo named that shit Palantir? Can we just talk
Yeah,
how
I mean,
crazy it is? He named it that.
they're all a bunch of fucking nerds, but like evil nerds.
That's straight up like an evil like nod. Like I don't know. Besides looking like an like a straight up villain, I don't know why you name it that. It's like that's like naming your lead app Darth Vader or something.
Or
I don't
Doctor
know.
Evil. Like it's too
Yeah,
obvious, man. Because only
it's
the nerds will
way too on
understand
the
that.
nose. Yeah, it's way too on the nose. You're really gonna name your spy technology off of the fucking thing that Sauron used to spy on the Fellowship?
Well, it's
Like
literally that meme of like, are we the baddies?
fucking really? Like, I mean, I don't think we're the baddies. I think it's crazy that he named it that because it's such a blatantly villainous name. I'm sorry, I've thought that for a while. I just wanted to say that. I've
Well, that's what
always
I'm
found
saying.
that.
From like, because there was a op-ed or a letter to the editor I read in the New York Times about a conservative being like, "Have we always been like this? Like, were we always the bad guys?"
Yeah. Oh yeah, I've seen the same thing. My favorite one was
So, yes, you
uh
were.
was a guy on Reddit saying, "What? How can I argue with the left? Because it seems like anytime I argue with them, all the actual stats are in on their side. What do I do about that?"
Yeah, well, that's like when they do their propaganda, they don't have to rely on lies so much. They could just point to actual statistics. I've
Yeah,
seen that
pretty much that.
complaint.
Whew, okay.
That's funny.
Anyhow,
So you wanna talk about the next story, Brandon? The
let
about
me take a look at
the
this.
Comey indictment.
Oh yes, actually, this is actually pretty important to be honest with you. So basically, the judge ordered the Justice Department to return the data used to indict James Comey. Now, this is not actually information gathered from James Comey. I wanted to nail that out there. This is actually gathered from a guy named Richmond, Daniel Richmond. There's the name. And they have been holding on to this data since the original indictment, pretty much claiming prosecution saying pretty much that they are going to try to use it to re-indict Comey. And saying that if they were to give them information back to Richmond, then he could do stuff to it, blah blah blah, delete it, modify. But the judge said pretty much that doesn't even fucking matter because the acting prosecutor at the time, Lindsay Halligan, who was not a lawfully appointed attorney for the Eastern District of Virginia, at the time when the indictment was passed in. Okay, so we talked about this the other week. It ultimately got thrown out. So the judge is pretty much saying you can't just hold on this information, search through it, and try to find some reason to find a new indictment. Like that's not how this works. If you want to indict the guy, you need to have the idea and like evidence ahead of time. It's like concept ahead of time, and then get the evidence, and then file the indictment. You don't get to just search through his shit for as long as you want to until you find something that you think that will work. So this is actually a big deal. I know this is to a lot of people. This probably sounds like just the typical, political mumbo jumbo, but this is a big shot to the Republicans. What shall we call this? Attempt to get back at certain people on the left, because that's all it is. Not even on the left. Try to get back at certain people, wouldn't you say?
Yeah.
Is Doug doing something?
I don't
I think
know.
he is. Anyhow, I think
It
so
was
too.
it
Huh?
kept, like apparently I was double clicking or something, but it kept muting me again right after I'd unmute. So you're saying this is kind of undermining their case at retaliation with Comey.
Yes, this is majorly like stifling their attempts to try to do anything to Comey, and well, they also later talks about James as well, Letitia James. This is like
Yeah, I
two or
know
three
they
times.
failed another attempt to get an indictment on her.
Yeah, they literally have had like 2 or 3 shots at each of these people, and they have failed every single time.
At what point
Which is
does Jeopardy attach?
a double jeopardy. Double jeopardy only attaches, I think, when you've actually been tried for a crime. You cannot be
So,
tried for the same same crime trace. But I don't know if that means indictment,
so a failed
etc.
indictment doesn't negate your jeopardy, doesn't create jeopardy.
I'm
I
not a
can.
lawyer, but I'm thinking that's what's going on here.
If anybody is a
But,
lawyer that's listening, we could use a lawyer
yeah,
for a lot of
we really
reasons.
should. But yeah, I swear to God, I didn't see her. She jumped in front of my car. What? Anyhow, moving on to the next story. I just wanted to touch on that real quick, just because I think it's hilarious to watch Trump fail,
Oh yeah.
and I
So
think it's
this is the
great.
Epstein story.
Oh no. I was just talking about about that other story, the Comey thing.
Oh,
But
right.
yes,
His vengeance. Yes, his quest for vengeance is not working out in that way, but
yeah.
he's getting a
But
lot of
anyhow,
what he wants.
so did you guys? So next, you talking about the Epstein thing? Yes, more Epstein files were released this week, and the people on there, some of them were surprising, some of them were not. Like, and can I be honest with you? Woody Allen, not such a shock.
Yeah.
Nope,
No
that's not
surprise
surprising.
there.
Really, that was really not surprising. Steve Bannon, surprisingly enough, that was the number one shock to me. All the
Really?
pictures of Steve Bannon. Yeah, well, here's the thing, and I've told you
Can
before.
explain it if you want. Yeah, when you're ready.
Bannon, I mean, I know that he was working with Epstein for a while, but I had no idea that they had so much time together. The one that hurt me, because I like the guy's philosophy, but I told you I hate the
Yeah, I know
guy,
what you're gonna say.
is Noam Chomsky.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the one, and it was him hanging out with Bannon.
Yeah, that's so a couple interesting things I just heard today. So first thing, Bannon, the reason Bannon was with Epstein so much is he was actually hired by Epstein to rehabilitate Epstein's public image.
Which
So
is just
that,
one hell of a fucking statement. You're gonna hire
yeah.
Steve? What?
Well, hey, it just shows you Epstein did not have a lot of options.
Yeah.
At that point, he was so
What?
toxic.
Steve fucking Bannon? Like, that's, I don't know. Oh God, I have jokes there, but nothing appropriate enough for right
Hey,
now.
you
So
got to
just,
remember that Paul Manafort was Trump's campaign manager to start out this whole shit back in 2015, 2016. And that alone wasn't enough to stop it. Like, that
I
should
think
have been enough to be like Russia collusion. But
that's like somebody going, I think I'm too racist. I think I'll hire a Hulk Hogan to renew my image.
yeah, well, at least he's some kids like him.
Also, Alan Dershowitz was found there, which is not a surprise as
No
well.
surprise at all. Yeah,
No
he's a
surprise.
dirtbag.
That was another not one. Bill Gates was there, which is also not that big a surprise.
Oh, the
Richard
other thing I was
Branson.
going to say with Noam Chomsky
Oh,
is so he was there with Bannon, right?
yeah.
Apparently, like a week or two after that meeting, uh, Chomsky was giving speeches about how Bannon was this huge threat. So it's like,
Hmm.
was it because of stuff he learned at that meeting, or was he just? Is it all for show? Is it all
I
like
think they're all part of this. I think fucking Carlin had it right, man.
they
It's a
all
big
hang
fucking
out in
party.
private, but then
Nah,
they,
it's a big fucking party, and you're not invited.
you yeah, these
But
photos
yeah,
are just creepy as fuck.
I know,
I've seen
aren't
them
they?
on YouTube, but I haven't actually seen them this close before.
The fucking picture of the girl tied up on his desk. You see that?
I
He's
think
talking to
that's the one
bed.
that was all blocked out that I couldn't tell what it was supposed to be.
Yeah, if you look at the one with Steve Bannon and Epstein talking at his desk, if you look at that picture on his desk, that's like a girl tied up in a bathtub or some shit, or on a bed.
And he has it as for context, he has it as a framed photo on his desk.
The level of depravity that takes to make that a framed photo on your desk.
Now the photos of with Woody Allen almost look like they're on a movie set.
I would assume that Woody probably brings something to the show. uh, Epstein, because that it looked like one of the prompters they used to review shots.
Yeah,
So he
and
might
he's
have been
just
showing
sitting
him
like
the
in his
movie.
director's chair, and he has
Yeah,
headphones around his neck. It's like he's looking at a daily or something.
yeah, exactly. But oh yeah, do you see the fact that also funny thing about these pictures is I'm seeing a lot of conservatives trying to claim that they're all AI.
What?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, they're saying it's all AI or that they are like adult women that they black the faces out of in order to make Trump look bad. I was like,
Wow.
no, that's about protecting their identity because they're innocent, you know?
Well, yeah, and we don't know who they are. They very well. I mean, we don't know for sure if Trump was involved with people who were underage for sure. Like that, that's kind of what everybody wants the story to go as. This like, oh, it was just Jeffrey that was underage, and then he provided above age women to people. As
No,
if
I don't know about
providing
all
women to
that.
people isn't it's also a problem,
I mean, yeah, exactly. That's still prostitution.
depending on how it. I'm sure. That's probably why a lot of this was kept under the rug is because all the evidence is embarrassing, but you might not actually be able to make a case out of it. Plus, everything we're going to see is going to be totally scrubbed from anything interesting because anything interesting is going to be redacted for criminal reasons.
Yes, they already sent a pre-release. Like, do you see the congressman who was talking, looking at the release of the Epstein files, and it was pretty much all black page, black page, black page, black page,
Yeah,
black page, black page. So
yeah, it's
they're
gonna be
already
it's
starting to
gonna
do
be
that.
all blackout with just like Clinton,
Yeah,
Gates,
exactly. It's gonna be like like in the like in the margins, run everyone but Trump.
right?
What is that? Oh shit! Well, I made a mistake.
What's that?
Oh, I was playing a game and I forgot to pause it.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'll survive.
so the next story we have is that the House is going to vote on the Obamacare extension next week, which I guess is this the vote that the Senate caved for?
This is I do believe so. I mean it's something that is about extending the ACA subsidies, which is something that needs to happen. Will it pass? Actually, here's the thing. I don't think so.
Yeah, so it says
I
it's a concession. This is from Politico. It's a concession from leaders who have been reluctant to endorse an extension of the subsidies, which divides congressional Republicans. It's a win for centrists and vulnerable incumbents who see political peril in not acting on the tax credits and have been promising to push discharge petitions that would circumvent leadership and force votes of their own proposals. So Mike Johnson, the speaker, said Republicans met Friday on the topic to chart a path forward, but the Republican leaders ultimately expect the extension vote to fail, which will, of course, result in skyrocketing premiums for millions of Americans. Instead, according to House Republican leadership aides, Republicans are preparing to roll out a healthcare framework that would allow businesses that fund their own health plans to purchase stop loss policies. These would protect businesses from going bankrupt from just a few unexpectedly expensive claims.
I do love how they're
Okay,
willing to do that for businesses, but not for like people.
right?
Yeah, I just love the fact that like, oh, we don't want business to go broke, but we'll let the individual, you know, get
No,
destroyed.
eventually America is just going to be like businesses are going to be citizens, and then we're just going to be the worms that comprise the colony that
Cis-
that makes up the business.
Citizens United on crack cocaine. This is what we got now. Hmm.
Did you see that the Patton Oswald take on the whole Trump administration and trying to make jokes about
No.
it?
Uh-uh.
I
Where he's
think I
like,
have, but I don't remember exactly what was said. Just remember thinking that, man,
it's
I
like
love
being
this guy
being a
more than ever.
well, like he's like saying being a comedian in the Trump era is like there's this uh truck full of monkeys that are all doing crack cocaine, and it's driving down the street, and it's gonna get, or like there's a truck full of monkeys driving on the road, and it gets hit by a train full of PCP, and now it's a bunch of monkeys doing PCP in this thing, and it's like, and then you got to walk up there as a comedian and be like, "Hey, you want to hear a joke about this?" It's like, no, I'm good. It's like it's just everything's so fucking mad that there's no way to even talk about how mad it
I
is.
mean, all you can really do as far as making jokes is just observational. Like, can you believe this fucking happened? This is the kind of
Well,
shit you'd see in like 1930s fucking Looney Tunes cartoons.
I've often made the comparison when I'm talking to people at work about why it's so hard to be a comedian right now is because you the point of comedy is to like blow something up and to make like make a joke, but the problem is you make a joke about something he does and then he literally goes out and he does something worse like in real life, and now
Yeah,
you're just
it's
an asshole
worse than
because now
parody.
you just
Reality is worse than parody right now.
yeah, you literally cannot one up what the fuck this guy just kind of does on his own accord, like. He will do something worse. Like this thing about Reiner, it's the worst thing he's done. For now,
Yeah,
he will one up that. He
it's the
will
worst
drop
thing he's
below
done
this
so far.
so far. Like he will find a way to drop even lower than this. And we all know that.
Speaking
Like I
of
said,
going even, yeah, I was gonna say, speaking of going even lower, do you want to tell us about what Stephen Miller's up to?
Oh my god.
So there's a lot to take away from this story. This is a big story. But basically, Stephen Miller, ending the day, has said that he would like immigrants from other countries, and you can guess what countries these are.
Yeah.
Oh, never mind. This was Trump. Oh, I
Yep.
misread this. Trump said this. Thought I was going to say Trump said this before. So this is the second time Trump has said this in his. I want to say the last time he said this was during his first election cycle. But basically, he's saying they should get people from Norway and Sweden. So yeah, guess
I
guess
did
what the
hear this. Yeah,
difference
why
there
can't we
is.
have some people from Norway and Sweden?
So yeah,
Maybe
guess
they're
what the
happy there.
guess what he's actually saying there. He's not saying he wants people from the Nordic bloc. He's saying he wants white people. I remember making a big
Yeah,
deal about this when he first said this years ago. But
yeah. I mean, it's obvious what they're doing here, right? Like it's everything from the deportation quotas to the immigration preferences. They're trying to lighten up the country.
So this part I did have right. So what Miller said that he would like to see is strict quotas that sought to preserve the racial makeup of the country in the 1920s. Um, so just blatant, straight up fascism
Yeah,
at this point.
Yeah.
it's like a whole burrito full of xenophobia and geneticism, like eugenics and genetic theory, flawed, disproven genetic theory,
I
all this
mean,
bullshit, and they're throwing in remigration and all this bullshit. So yeah,
but yes, that's signed by Lyndon B. Johnson in 1960. Oh wait. So wait, no, I might have misread this.
what are you? Which part are
No,
you
it was.
double
Oh
checking right
wait,
now?
but it was that one. But this thing was signed by Lyndon B. Johnson
That
and
would have been in the 60s.
1965. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Well, I don't know why it's talking about the 20s right here. I'm a little
Well, the
little
20s is where is Miller wants to take the racial makeup back to the 1920s, is what
but
he's
he was
saying.
saying there was a law that basically was sought to preserve the racial makeup of the country in the 1920s, and that's what I'm trying to figure out. He's talking about this law here. I'm trying to figure out when this law was. Then it literally goes into the next paragraph. The legislation was signed by Lyndon B. Johnson to the Statue of Liberty in '65.
Yeah, this is something that caused immigration to surge. It was the
Oh, okay. This is just terribly written. I'm seeing this. Okay, this is just poorly written. So basically, it's Lyndon B. Johnson changed it in '65.
yeah, they brought
And
in a new law, and what it's the which it was the immigration law, but what was it? I don't know. Yeah, it doesn't say what it was called.
but you are correct in the fact this continues Trump's attack on, certain people groups, especially the most vulnerable third world countries, people coming in underneath asylum, all that stuff. And that's the point. They're trying to make an ethno state is the people they're appealing to, at least the people who are like an ethno state, which is a scary amount of people.
Well, yeah, they've seen the same demographic progressions or projections that we've all seen that said, like, eventually Texas is going to go blue because of the increase in minority populations, and like all these different areas are gonna turn blue because of that, and white people is going to become the largest minority. Like they'll still have they'll still be the largest single group, but they won't be more than 50% of the country in the next 30 years. And Stephen Miller has a goal of preventing that.
Yeah, I mean, point is, it's fascism, straight and simple. It is exactly what we saw
Yep.
in
Yep.
1930s Germany, and we're seeing it exactly the same shit right now.
Yeah, it's true.
It is the
It's
literal opinion
true.
of the people
It's
who want
true.
an ethno state. It is very true, and it's scary. It is really scary how just close we
Yeah,
are to that.
yeah. It's they've already done a good deal of damage. They're making it so people aren't going to want to come here, which is part of their goal. Just make it so you can't trust what America's going to do. But what happens in this next election is really in the next two election is really going to determine what whether we're going to fall down the hole of a ethno authoritarian security state. Because if they get another 4 years at the executive with congressional control, whether there's a 2 year gap or a 4 year or 6 year gap in between, if they get that 4 years again, like they're just going to turn the keys over to Palantir. Is my concern is.
Probably.
Um,
The thing I said to do tonight just got canceled. That makes sense. We
that's
out
that's
here are flooded.
Yes.
yeah. Our whole region is flooded.
I mean, no,
Yeah,
legitimately, Kent and Renton and Tukwila are all under like 2 feet of water.
Yeah, they're under a flash flood warning because
Yeah.
the Green
yeah,
River Dam has failed,
Yep.
according
yeah.
supposedly.
Oh yeah, yeah. I just got that text message and I was like, "Yep, I'm good with that." Flooding, I'm not even messing with that.
I
Well, like everybody needs to leave South King County. It's dangerous. It's
I
like,
live at
yeah,
the
yeah,
top of
we know your jokes.
I live at the top of the hill, so fuck. I mean, I feel bad because every time we
same.
have the bottom of the hill flooding, I'm like, well, that's
You
probably
live
my
at the
water.
future
So.
island.
Yeah, our
Damn straight.
backyard's gonna be waterfront property soon.
Mm-hmm. Anyhow, I just derailed my own train of thought right there. Sorry about that.
Well, our next story
Um,
is that Trump is going to declare fentanyl as a weapon of mass destruction. So does that mean he
yes,
can invade any country that produces it?
I found this a very that was what I actually put the story down. I found this a very compelling story for the potential implications in the future. Calling that a weapon of mass destruction is actually pretty fucking loaded. Because here's the thing, he's
Oh,
not only just
oh yeah.
talking about fentanyl, he's talking about its precursor chemicals as well. So he can now declare anybody producing fentanyl supposedly as, literal military enemies of the United States.
Yeah, and this is what they've been trying to do in order to justify their airstrikes and it's just a show. It's just literally so they can say, look what we're doing to fight the drug war. This doesn't this doesn't actually it's only gonna be an excuse to go in and fight war with Venezuela, which isn't actually where our fentanyl comes from, but okay.
I know, and that's the crazy fucking part to me about this. These fucking more like seriously, it went from going from Mexico to Canada to fucking Venezuela. What the fucking fuck,
I thought it came from Florida.
man?
So yeah, so this is gonna be something that they're gonna use to start wars. And it's I hope there's a court of law, maybe international court at this point is all we can rely on for something like this.
The
But to
problem
say
is,
that you can't just declare any substance a weapon of mass destruction and act like that.
our country doesn't recognize international courts as the problem. We have a history of doing that, and we aren't going to start now under Trump.
Well,
Yeah.
the next administration though does need to make everyone from this current administration eligible and available to the international court should they,
Oh,
issue
they will
warrants.
never they will never. As much as they would love to see the U.S. bow to the
It
ICC, they never
it
will. They
depends.
never
It
will.
depends on who
No,
gets in.
I disagree. I don't think you'd even convince a Democrat to do that.
Well, that's the thing
I
is it's going to have to be like a Mamdani style uh, takeover in the primary where we get a true progressive, an FDR type or better.
Not gonna lie, I don't see it happening.
Oh no, it's not likely to happen. I don't think either. But that's just. I feel more. I feel more like there's a chance of it now than I have at any point in the Trump era. That there might
Oh
actually
yeah, I
be.
mean it's more likely. I mean it could happen. I mean that is like, yeah, I just don't see it happening because at that
So
point I feel like it'd be a bipartisan push against both parties in a major way because neither one of them would want to be tried for the crimes that they could be. So yeah, you would have a major push from like the leaders of both parties to make that stop
the
happening. So it just
the one thing it would afford them to do though is the ability to draw a line and say like, hey, this is a clear violation of international crime, and this is why this is wrong, and why the stuff that Obama did was okay. Like if they see it as an opportunity to draw that line so that nobody goes after Obama in the future or something like that, I could see them doing that maybe. But they probably have to be convinced that that's necessary. But again, yeah, I don't know who's going to win the Democratic primary, and that's going to be the fight of our lives is this next primary. And I don't want it to be
uh
Newsom, and I don't want it to be
I don't
anybody
want
like
Newsom
that.
either. I'm still pulling for Kelly.
I mean, even he's not
He's
anywhere
not
near my
great.
list. Like he
Yeah,
would
I
be
know,
a
but
he would. I'm
passable
trying
I
to think
could
who
get.
would even be my list. Like my list would be like. I mean,
I'd like
Tim
to see him
Walz
like
would probably be the most
AOC.
centrist person on my list.
Who?
Tim Walz would be the most centrist person on my list.
My number would probably be AOC if she could get it. That'd be the actual one I'd like to do it. But there's literally no chance.
I
Literally no chance.
I agree that I think she would be a good choice, but I don't believe our country is ready or willing to have
Exactly.
a female, let alone a person of color, as
Yeah,
president.
and especially a fucking like socialist who
Yeah,
like rubbed elbows
I mean
with Mom Donnie
it,
and
it wouldn't even be anything about her policies. It would be all about who she is as a ethnic person and the fact that she's a woman. That's what they're,
oh yeah,
yeah.
there's just a million things. It's that and everything else. She just has no chance, and
Yeah.
I know that. I'd like her to
They're,
win, but I know she got no chance.
as soon as another woman goes to try to become president, they're gonna be like, yeah, she slept her way to the top. Who did she fuck
Yeah.
to get to where she's at today? And why
Oh
isn't
no,
everybody else trying to fuck that same person?
they'd be whirling on about how she's a nobody and she fucking just went from a bartender to a fucking
It'd be the same things they said about Obama, like that. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, he'd be like, you're fucking no one. Like, who the fuck are you? Dun. You're a bartender. Go back to your fucking city and blah. You don't know nothing about real work.
Yeah, yeah.
No, what we need is somebody like whoever like the active CEO of Costco is to like decide that they're going to run for president.
Right?
And
No, they're just as bad.
well, I don't know though because they might have the right idea on that like people need to have money so that they can spend it at businesses.
They're still millionaires and billionaires.
Yeah, they're millionaires and billionaires, but they're not kowtowing to the fucking regime.
And
Right.
let's say somebody who's proven themselves like JB Pritzker, who
Yeah,
is a billionaire.
I mean I could be okay with Pritzker, but again, he's not. I'm trying to find somebody who's not like Democratic Party mainstream is what I'm trying to find
Unfortunately,
myself.
no one else who besides who's mainstream Democrats going to win this because at this point is more popular to contest than any other time before then. So if they don't have name recognition, they're not going to beat whoever Donald Trump taps in next.
Well, that's why
And
I'm trying to think of who on the
that's
outside
another
could
thing.
actually have a populist poll.
Do you think? Let me ask you this, Doug. Do you think it's gonna be Vance? Do you think Trump's gonna tap Vance? That
Vance
sounds
is going
so
to
weird.
run. I don't know that he's going to win the primary, but he's going to run. Probably
Trump's
not
gonna
though.
tap someone. Who do you
I,
think Trump's gonna tap?
He might be dead by that time.
Oh, don't. I can only get so hard. Don't say that.
No, but for real though, like I think there's gonna be Trump's not gonna pick somebody. He wants everybody vying for it.
I,
You
I,
know,
He's going.
only when it becomes clear who's gonna win would Trump actually pick somebody.
I feel like he's gonna want a proxy.
I saw an
They're all
image-
going to be proxies.
I
They're
saw
all
an-
going to run as
I saw an
proxies.
image today that cracked me up. Is like choosing Vance after Trump is like shitting your pants and then changing your shirt.
No, that's true. Yeah, fair enough.
Absolutely.
So, in trying to rectify his current popularity issue, because Trump is way, way down, down, down in the polls, he is toying with the idea of rescheduling marijuana. So that would obviously ease federal restrictions and make things easier for a state like Washington, which has a thriving marijuana business.
So
Um,
does that mean he's going to make it federally not illegal?
it would
Yes,
be
that,
rescheduled at a lower classification, which basically eases the federal restrictions. There would still be some.
you would not go to prison for it. Like you would get a fine, maybe some jail time, but
Well,
you
they
wouldn't be
could
going to prison.
and they could start doing controlled experiments with it and like study and do government
I thought
federally
they
funded
already
Yeah,
did
government
that
study.
though.
No, because
As a
here's the,
Schedule 3, it can't be, or
well,
whatever it
Schedule
is.
One it can be.
Schedule 1, yeah, the
And
highest schedule. It can't.
they're trying to bring it down to a Schedule 3.
Yeah, yeah.
But it's a good idea. It's neat as ever happened. This is honestly, if Trump does this, is one of those even a broke, clock
Obama
will
should
break
have. It's
right
another one of
away.
those things Obama should have done.
Yeah, Biden should have. There's been a billion times people who should have done this, should have done this. The reason why we haven't is actually more complicated. To be frank with you, though, the real reason I can't believe I remember this is that it is the laws that we signed with Mexico and all of that, like agreements that said that no one's going to drop marijuana down to a lower schedule because that has a lot to do with the practice of law between us and Mexico. Um, so we promised we would never drop it down, but it's that was a stupid promise.
Well, it seems like what the better promise would be to renegotiate with Mexico and be like, hey, how about we both drop it down and then maybe there won't be so much border traffic of this thing that's now
And
not
I
so
think that was
illegal.
the thing was that both sides had to take it just as seriously. So yeah, they could probably just do that.
Yeah.
And just bring that down to the least one. And this just needs to happen. It's dumb. It's the fact that marijuana is on the same level as fucking like crack
Heroin,
cocaine.
not even heroin, because like heroin has some medical value, so it's
It's
like Schedule 2.
It's like PCP and crack are on that level.
Yeah,
Even
exactly.
cocaine is Schedule 2. Straight cocaine is Schedule 2. So
all right. Well, if you've got one, burn one for Mr. Rob Reiner and all the folks we have lost this week. But Todd, you want to go ahead and take us to the geek?
Pour one out for our homies. All right. Yeah, it's time to get on to the geek news. Where is it? There it is.
Welcome to What's Geek this week. Your go-to for the coolest in pop culture tech and nerdy news. Let's dive in.
All right, yeah, the first thing I have on this is Rob Reiner and his wife were found dead today. We've talked about it enough, but I want to find out what are some of your guys' favorite Rob Reiner films. For me, I think number one on the list has got to be The Princess Bride. What about you guys?
Yeah,
Princess Bride number one by far.
Oh, sorry, Brandon. What was that?
Oh, Princess Bride number one by far. Hello?
I also really like Stand By Me.
Oh.
I didn't realize growing up that writer directed film.
Yeah.
But I really like Stand By Me.
That's going on tour with Will Wheaton and Corey Feldman and of course I'm drawing a blank on his name now, but Jerry O'Connell. They're going on tour with it. They're doing like a Q&A thing, I think, while after watching the movie. And Jerry O'Connell actually posted a video today about the passing of Rob and his wife. I haven't watched it yet because I figured it's going to be like heart-wrenching to watch. But yeah, I'm depending on how expensive the tickets are, I might get myself a ticket to go see that. So, we got the official trailer, the teaser trailer for Supergirl dropped yesterday. I watched it about 6 times because I was trying to understand what was going on, and so much was happening. and you see for all of like maybe a quarter of a second, you see Lobo walking in the doorway, and all you see is a shadow and like his stogie lighting up because he's taking a huge drag off of it, and everyone's
I,
talking
I
about
do
that.
I do love me some Lobo though.
Yeah, so it's Jason Momoa playing Lobo, so I'm pretty stoked to see that because I know he campaigned to play the part, and it a lot of people are shitting on the trailer saying it's just a carbon copy of the DC version of the Guardians of the Galaxy. It's like, you know what? Even if it is just that, that still looks fucking
Okay.
amazing.
And Guardians of the Galaxy was great, so let's do that.
Yeah, absolutely. So if you haven't seen the trailer, the link is in the description. Check it out. I'm looking forward to seeing it. It's coming out in June of next year on the 26th. Um,
So is he also still Aquaman?
no, so that universe is now dead.
But James Gunn does use those guys in the Peacemaker series. Like he shows Jason Momoa shows up as Aquaman along with
Yeah,
other
that
members
got
of the Justice Gang.
season 2 retcons that.
Okay, I guess I'm just not far enough along into
Yeah,
season 2
yeah.
yet.
I don't want to give anything away, largely because I can't remember everything that happened in season 2. I do remember some key things.
But
But
they
then,
even call him the Justice Gang, like in the new Superman movie.
yeah, they're not calling them the Justice League because it's not the same group of people.
Right.
So,
I'm
Gotcha.
yeah, I'm just saying. Right now, in my mind, it's still like he is still Aquaman,
no,
like in the James Gunn universe that I know.
he's
So
absolutely not, uh, Aquaman anymore.
so I got to get a little
That
further into this season
you
2
gotta
then.
actually start watching season 2, and you'll
Yeah,
understand because they do like a flashback
yeah, I'm in the
episode.
middle of season 2 right now.
They do a flashback where he goes to where it's just the scene in what you're talking about with the at the end where Aquaman is talking or is being talked about or is talking to or there's some interaction with Aquaman. That
Right.
scene happens and he's not in the scene.
Oh,
So yeah, they replace him with other characters that are now
fair
part of the
enough.
DCU. But
I'll be
yeah,
looking
so
for
yeah,
that. Yeah.
it's yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing this movie because it looks like it's going to be good. It's going to be like it feels like it's going to be like a little bit of Guardians of the Galaxy and a little bit of like maybe some college movie. You know, think uh, God, of course I'm drawing a blank now. You know, the one with Van Wilder. That's the one. Yeah, yeah. So I'm thinking there's going to be some raunchy humor. There's going to be lots of alcohol binging and whatever else. But yeah, and all right. The next one is I don't know if I can agree with the order that these are all in, but every actor who's played Batman in live action has been ranked according to comicbook.com. Um, I think George Clooney needs to be a little higher on the list. He's not the absolute worst, but he is not like, yeah, he's not the best either. He should definitely be higher up than uh, the two are that are ahead of him right now. Um, so number 12 on the list is Lewis Wilson. This is from like the 1940s. This is the black and white Batman that they had on the serials before they would play a full length feature film. This is the precursor to television. And then, of course, George Clooney is number 11 on the list. I still think he should be higher up on the list than some of the other guys. Um, Ian Glenn, who played Bruce Wayne on the show Titans, which was an exclusive show on the before it became HBO Max. It was DC Universe is what they called it, and he was only like 3 episodes, I think, if that. David Mazouz, the kid who played Bruce Wayne in the show Gotham, he dressed up as Batman in the very last scene in the very last episode. It was very similar to the last episode of Smallville where you see the S on his chest. But yeah, that's it. They just show him in the last scene of the episode. It wasn't even like a fight sequence. It was just him standing in the dark wearing the outfit, and the cowl and everything. And it's like it looks like it might be a variant of the Christian Bale bat suit, which I'll get to that in a minute. Number 8 on this list is Robert Lowry, another Batman from the 40s, black and white Batman. Don't know anything about those guys other than that they actually played Batman well before, um, um, the one from the 60s. All right, number 7 on this list should definitely be higher up on the list, even though this probably wasn't his best version of Bruce Wayne. But Kevin Conroy did, in fact, play a live-action Bruce Wayne on, I want to say it was Batwoman or maybe it was Supergirl, one of the two CW shows where there was a crossover episode with a bunch of the other shows. And in this universe, Bruce Wayne is an evil guy and he's a bad guy. And I would have liked to have seen him do it again and play a proper Bruce Wayne, and not just a evil doppelganger. Number 6 on this list absolutely should be higher on the list, but it's Adam West. He should, if nothing else, if he's not 1, he should be 2. There's no reason for him to be number 6 on this list. He's lower on the list than Val Kilmer.
Yeah, I can't even think of like you want to put, obviously, we think we all know who number one's going to be, but
Yeah,
who's
one
really better than Adam West, the
you,
one we all grew up with?
I mean, Adam West was Batman the longest up until like the early '90s. He had been Batman longer than anybody else, because everybody else had done like the shorts in the '40s and the '30s and stuff, and he did like 3 seasons of the TV show. But number 5 on the list absolutely should be higher or lower on the list. He should not be number 5. He should be like closer to 12, as far as I'm concerned. I think Clooney should be higher than Val Kilmer, and that says a lot considering how bad those 2 movies were.
They should be like back to back, whichever order.
I think those 2 should be tied.
Yeah, really, they should be tied. Yeah,
because it's really Schumacher's fault that those movies were as bad as they were. Number 4 on this list is Robert Pattinson. I didn't hate that version of Batman, but I don't think he needs to be this high up on the list.
I mean, he would be high up on my list only because I don't think there's a lot of great Batman.
Yeah.
Batman.
Number 3 is Ben Affleck. Number 2 is Michael Keaton, and number 1 is Christian Bale. Those 3 are all fucked up. Those are not in the right order.
Yeah.
Okay, so for me, it would be Michael Keaton, Ben Affleck, then Christian Bale. Actually, Christian Bale would be number 12. I didn't like his.
Christian Bale would be way down my list. Way down.
What about you, Brandon? What do you say?
I don't know enough about this to make it. I don't know enough names and actors. Y'all know this.
Well, you don't have a favorite Batman?
Not really.
Okay.
The animated one.
I mean,
the animated one, pretty much, yeah.
And that's Kevin Conroy, number 7 on this list, which is insane to me. He should actually be higher up. He should be. At least they got it correct. Adam West before Kevin Conroy, but yeah.
Yeah, argument to make him number 1, but yeah, I would have West 1. I sympathize with wanting Keaton number 1. Because I might put Keaton number 1, but it would definitely be Adam West and the animated voice as 2, 3, and then maybe I even elevate West to number 1. I'm not entirely sure.
Yeah. So.
But you gotta think that, dude. You know what show they really need to make? I think we've talked about this before. They really do need to make a remake or a movie of Batman tomorrow.
Oh, Batman Beyond, yes.
Batman Beyond, Batman Beyond. Their needs. For the love of fuck, I have no idea why they never picked up Batman Beyond as a game or a movie or like some extended miniseries. I have no idea why they never touched that again. They've done a few small comics, but other than that, they never touched that IP. Why? Yeah. Why?
Right. I have actually been rewatching it recently, and I really dig the show. It's unfortunate that we didn't get another version of that with Kevin Conroy as Bruce Wayne. And I was thinking when they first announced the Flash movie that came out a couple years back, I thought for sure that was going to be kind of their take on Batman Beyond, because Batman was going to be in his like 60s or 70s. And the new young hero coming in to kind of take over, and it kind of
God,
was that, but it wasn't that. You know.
I would love a Beyond. Can you imagine how hard a Beyond movie would go? Oh my
Oh,
god.
dude.
I
Honestly, I think it
know,
should
right?
be it should be Tim Burton that does it. It needs to be Tim Burton.
You know, I honestly wouldn't want it to be a live action. As much as I would like, that would be cool. I think it'd be best if they did like a 2 hour like
A
2D
90-minute
animated
like
movie.
2D animated, just like in the same style
Yeah.
as
Yeah,
First Tim.
exact same stuff. Do the same fucking theme song too. I swear to God, that was like one of the best theme songs ever.
Well, I can tell you right now, they're never gonna do that because Kevin Conroy isn't gonna be Bruce. They're never gonna do it.
Well, I mean,
Even if
Conroy
the cast,
is
even if the rest of the cast was all for it, they won't do it because Conroy is gone. It's like Mark
uh,
Hamill's never going to be the
I did-
Joker again because that was his Batman.
well, Hamill said he wasn't in the Joker.
Right.
Again. I want to see he's done Joker. Yeah, he said that before. I'll bet you Hamill will end up doing it again. Hamill
No,
loves
he
playing
hasn't.
Joker.
He hasn't. He hasn't. He's been asked to come back to do it again, and he's like, "No, I can't. My Batman is no longer here." So
Anyhow,
yeah, it sucks,
It
but
doesn't
I
live
get
here
it.
anymore.
I get it. All right. And then we got a couple more here. And then the last thing I have on Geeks, I'll just go ahead and do that right away, is if you're a fan of Harry Potter, but you don't want to give Stephanie Meyer or whatever the fuck her name is, no, that's the wrong one. I'm thinking of,
J.K. Rowling.
yeah, that's the one. Fuck that bitch. If you want to play her game without giving her any money, right now you can get the Hogwarts Legacy game for free from Epic Games until December 18th at 8 a.m. So if you haven't played it and you're curious, now's your chance to get it without spending any money landing into her pocket. Fuck that bitch. All right.
You know, I've actually played it.
I played it.
It's
It's
not that
actually
good.
kind
I
of
mean,
fun. But yeah, I would never
it's
give her
alright.
any of my money. All right. And the last two stories I have here is which Stranger Things character are you based on your zodiac? This should be good. All right. So what sign are you guys?
A Libra.
Libra?
I'm a Gemini.
All right, let's see. Gemini, you're Dustin.
I have no idea what that means because I have never watched a single episode of Stranger Things. No, I watched like a single episode or two. I
Okay,
found it
so he's the
boring.
curly-haired kid with no teeth.
All right.
Says here, and then. And Doug, what'd you say again?
Libra.
Libra. Okay. All right, you got Lucas. He's the token black kid on the show. And then
Okay.
I got Nancy Wheeler, the older sister of the weird kid. So, and it has the rest of the cast as various signs in the in that. So if you want to see which sign you are, go ahead and click the link, check it out. I'm not gonna read the things that they say because if you are what you are, you'll know what kind of things they are. But I just want to say what character they were. But Aries is 11. Taurus is Joyce Byers. Gemini is Dustin Henderson. Cancer is Mike Wheeler. Leo is Steve Harrington. Virgo is Nancy Wheeler. Libra is Lucas Sinclair. Scorpio is Max Mayfield. Sagittarius is Robin Buckley. Capricorn is Jim Hopper. And Aquarius is Jonathan Byers. And Pisces is Will Byers. And that's all of them. All right. So let's get back to the list of other things here. The last 5 cult TV shows basically everyone hated at first. Out of all these shows, I think only one of them I actually enjoyed. So number 5 on the list is The Office. I've tried many times to get into it, and I think generally I have an issue with any TV show that is pretending to be a reality show, but it's clearly not a reality show. That's what bugs me about these shows because they do the confessional bullshit, and it's like this is a regular sitcom. Why are you doing that? That's stupid. Um, so, and then number 4 on this list is the Vampire Diaries, which I've never seen, never had any interest in seeing. It was on the CW, if I remember correctly. That's about all I know about it, and it's vampires.
Sounds like a show my wife watched.
Yeah, probably. Number 3 on this list is a show that I didn't watch when it was out on TV because I didn't know about it until it was already canceled. But Freaks and Geeks, and
Yeah, that Freaks and Geeks doesn't really belong on this list.
I apparently people didn't like it when it first came out. I don't understand.
That's true.
Why that was a thing? If it was a thing,
it was not a. It wasn't like when it first came out.
Well, I disagree though. I think people loved it. I think the people that knew about it loved it, but the problem was it was like you, Todd. You had no idea it was on. Like they kept moving it, and it just they actively prevented it from getting an audience. But it was my recollection is it was like critically acclaimed. It won Emmys, got renewed for another season only because it won the Emmy, and then still got canceled again right away.
Yeah. I think what they mean by people not liking it is the executives at the studio.
Yeah, that could be.
Number 2 on this list is Parks and Recreation. I never seen it.
That's just The Office again.
It's just a different variation on the same fucking thing. I never watched it because to me it looked like The Office, and I was like, I'm not interested. So good. And number 1 on this list, I've seen maybe a total of 3 full episodes. Friends. I don't get it. I don't see why it's as popular as it is, but it is what it is. What can I do? So
yeah, I was a Friends I was a kid, so but I watched it regularly for the first I don't know 4 or 5 or 6, maybe even 6 seasons before I fell off the wagon. But it was as a kid I enjoyed it. I'll still enjoy an episode now and again if I have nothing else to watch. I don't ever seek it out though, but yeah, it was. I don't remember it being anything but popular.
yeah, I don't know how anyone thought this. I mean, I wasn't into it. I don't know, maybe because I wasn't the target demographic, maybe because I was in my 20s. I didn't care about like a group of 30 something year olds from New York. I didn't really seem like it was anything. I mean, the clips I remember seeing, it felt like watching Seinfeld, and I didn't like Seinfeld. So
Yeah, I was not a Seinfeld guy. I was more of a Friends guy versus Seinfeld.
Boo! I loved Seinfeld. I used to watch Seinfeld with my mom all the time.
and
Yeah, I would watch this with my parents because this is the era before I had my own television. So it's whatever the family's watching is what I'm watching, and we watched Friends.
I was watching clips
I
about a
fucking
year
hate
ago
Friends. I'm not gonna lie.
of Seinfeld, and I was like, I think I figured out why I don't find it funny, because all the weird quirky shit that happens on the show that people seem to think are hilarious are things that I felt like I would have done. It's like, oh, that's something I would have done. Why is that funny? I don't get that. And then I realized
They would.
the characters in the show are very neurodivergent coded. At least the ones that are quirky. You know, there's elements of their character that they could be either autistic or ADHD or even OCD. Probably more OCD than any other two. So
Yeah,
it's
definitely.
and those things, like I never thought those kinds of things were funny because it's like, fuck, that's my day to day. Why is that hilarious? I don't get that. But whatever. All right, so I think that is everything on the What's Geek this week. Are you guys ready for some Floriduh?
Let's play some Florida or not.
I got stories this time.
Really?
Full game.
Sweet.
Oh no, here we go again. A barefoot guy robbing a gas station in the name of Gavin Newsom. Call the police, arrest the Florida man. Is it Florida or not? Is it
Florida or not? All right, so I got a couple stories, and it sounds like both Doug and Brandon also have a couple stories. This should be fun. If you guys are watching the live stream, go ahead and chime in if you think you figured out if it's from Florida or if it's not from Florida. My first one here is man claims he was teleported into a crash stolen BMW by aliens.
Are we streaming?
We are.
I can't join the chat.
You should be able to.
I can't. It's okay as long as you're streaming. We're good.
It says you can join shared chat once you are live. Are we not live?
I know. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, no, we're live. And I have that enabled, I thought. Did I disable it? No. Yeah, the shared chat is enabled, and it should allow you to start your stream. I can turn that off, so you can just join our chat.
Saying shit is a fun way. Saying once it goes live.
It is live,
Are
though.
we going live? Okay, I trust you. We're good. I don't care. I was curious.
I mean,
to see it.
we're definitely live because I got a message from somebody like half hour ago.
That is true.
So.
Interesting.
Oh well, live or not live, it's gonna be like most shows.
Yeah,
Here, I'll turn that off.
this is a hobby. That's all.
I mean, it is a hobby, but it could lead to something bigger if we do it right.
Maybe. For now, it's a hobby.
Yeah. Just
So-
taking it one. Just focusing on the foot in front of me. All right, let's do a story here.
Exactly.
So, what do you guys think? Do you think this guy who claims to be teleported into a crash stolen BMW by aliens? Do you think he's from Florida or somewhere
I
else?
mean, he could be anywhere. I'm gonna say.
could be
I'll go ahead and
anywhere.
say Florida.
That sounds Florida to me too.
You both get a point.
Oh, look at that! Off to a hot start.
Oh
Wait,
yeah.
that wasn't the right sound effect.
That wasn't. That doesn't make any sense. Yeah.
Here, how about that better?
Ow, my ear balls.
Your earballs. All right, so that is that. Who wants to go next?
I'll
I'll
do
go
the
next.
one. Oh,
How many did you have, Brandon?
what?
How many do you have?
I have 2.
I have 3, so let me go next.
Fine.
So, baby born in the back of a Waymo driverless taxi.
Fuck! I had the same story.
Oh, damn. Okay. I should have let you go then.
Well, then let him go.
No, it's okay. Keep going.
Well, that's what you got to guess now. I guess only Todd's guessing this one.
I think I saw that one, but I don't remember how the story ends. I saw the headline. I didn't actually click on it. So I'm going to say it was... of course, now I'm second guessing myself.
We both had the story, so what does that tell you?
I think it's a very good possibility that, yes, it is in fact Florida, but I'm going to say no.
Ooh.
So does Brandon get to guess?
I mean, if he
I'm
already
gonna say not
knows, then
Florida.
I would say no.
I'm gonna say not Florida. So
Yeah,
we'll
it's
do that.
San Francisco.
Yeah. I know.
All right, Brandon, do your other one. Let's do it.
Okay. My story. Drunk raccoon exposed as serial offender. An application officer in blank. But no, don't
I
tell
know
me
this
the same
story.
fucking
I know this
What?
story. Oh, I know the story about the drunk raccoon.
Yeah, do you? I thought it was AI when I saw the picture.
The original picture, yeah. So I know this is like somewhere in the Northeast. This is not Florida.
God damn it!
Yeah.
You gotta let Todd guess.
That was, honestly, that was the other one that I was going to add last week. So, yeah.
You know what? I'm going home. I'm gonna go smoke weed and drink beer.
This is
Fuck
what
all
happens
y'all.
when you don't.
All right, Todd, you want to do another one?
All right, so my next one is mom on life support after she started to deteriorate following cosmetic procedure.
That also sounds very Florida.
That sounds Florida to me too.
I'm gonna stick with Florida.
All right, let's see here. Let me click it because I don't fucking remember. Australian mom
Oh,
on life support after she started to deteriorate following a cosmetic procedure in Vietnam. An Australian woman is fighting for her life in Vietnam after a cosmetic procedure went horribly wrong. Chloe Maude, 31, had traveled to the hot spot with her husband, Josh, and youngest son, Elijah, with the trio also planning to visit Disneyland in Hong Kong and Universal Studios in Singapore. During their time in Da Nang, coastal city of Vietnam, Chloe booked to undergo a rhinoplasty, reshape, repair her nose, and blepharoplasty, a surgical procedure to improve the appearance of eyelids. Oh my god. Both generally considered safe and straightforward procedures. However, the following morning, the mother of three started to feel gravely ill and was rushed to a nearby hospital. Holy fuck, dude. Oh, man. I don't even know what to say to that.
Yeah, that's madness.
That's fucking crazy right there. All right. What's the next one?
Okay. Brandon, why don't you go next, just in case, just to make sure I don't steal another one of yours.
I got nothing left. Hey, my two are already done.
Oh, those are your two already. Oh, okay. All right. So, okay, this will be my last one then. And Todd's gonna take it home here, unless I can tie him with two and shut you guys both out. All right, might be able to shut you out here. All right, trespassing alligator removed from 7-Eleven.
Excuse me?
Trespassing alligator removed from 7-Eleven.
Oh,
It says Gator. I'm choosing. I'm choosing. It says Gator. Florida.
I think you said press passed. I was like, what? Why does he have a press pass? Oh, trespass makes more sense. Yeah, I'm with Brandon on this. I think it's got to be Florida.
See, I thought you guys would think I was tricking you by going with Gator, and that would make it too obviously Florida. But no, you're right. It's Florida. So I could do one more if you want, but Todd has now officially clinched it.
All right, let's go for it. Give Brandon a chance, man.
All right, so Blank Man teaches pet octopus to play piano.
I'm gonna say not Florida because that sounds too smart for Florida, man.
That's what I was thinking. There's no fucking way. It's Florida.
Is that your final answer, Todd?
Yes, it is.
Swedish man teaches pet octopus to play piano.
That's funny.
All right, so Todd's going to take it with a whopping 6 this week versus Brandon's 4 and my 2.
That's not too bad. That's so bad.
I got destroyed.
So,
That was me the other week, a couple weeks ago. So yeah, it's all good. It happened.
I mean, at least I got on the board. You got shut out. I at least got on the board.
Man. Some of these, I'll go through my feed and looking at the different stories. Like some of these, like this is too obvious. I can't pick this one. And then others like this could be perceived as such, but it's too like there's too many things that will point out that it's not. So it's kind of you can see how difficult it is to pick a story.
Absolutely. And so, Brandon, are you able to post your stories to the Google page, and then
I can do that.
I'll give them over to the show description. I guess you just got the one.
I don't. Yeah, god damn it.
You know what? Next time we should do this. Hey, these are the stories I have, and you leave out the obvious clues to say, hey, have you seen this story? And you go, yes. All right, let me not use that one. So we'll vet them before we go live next week.
Yeah, we'll try and do some coordination next time.
Yeah.
All right, guys.
All right, well, that's all we have for this week's, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks for tuning in. If you did so, remember to like and subscribe, leave a comment on the YouTube page, leave us a 5-star review anywhere you're listening to podcasts. We appreciate you listening. Thanks to Jake for a comment, getting a little discussion going there. That was nice. And any final thoughts from Brandon or Todd?
Yeah, thanks for Shannon for listening. She's always listening, but she never chimes in. But that's okay. You don't have to.
No, just leave us a review.
This time.
Forget the rules and
Okay.